Well, hello, everyone. My name is Chris Schaefer, and I'm joined with Dan Hodges from the Johnny Appleseed Park District. Welcome, Dan.
I'm so glad to be here. I'm glad to be working with you, Chris. It's really, this is great. So we're talking about nature photography today. And I think this is a great way to get out and engage with the natural world, perhaps in a way that maybe you haven't before, right? You've got to focus. First of all, you got to get outside, right? That's a big part of it. Maybe you can be doing it through an open window at your bird feeders in the backyard, and that would be great too. But getting outside and experiencing nature that's the big thing. But then getting in close and paying attention and learning behavior and trying to really experience what's happening, I think is really, really important.
That's right. That's right. It is a beautiful time of year. The leaves are changing. Everything looks fantastic right now. And talking about going outside, and I noticed that you have a bunch of equipment here. And tell us a little bit about maybe some of these.
So I wanted to start you off easy here, Chris. This is this one's for you. This is a camera. You know, the point is here, you can use whatever you've got. So I got a trail camera up here. I've got a great big telephoto lens too. You can get really crazy. Lots of people, you know, get really excited about nature photography, and you can do that too. But you know what? The best tool is already in your pocket. It's been here the whole time. You've got a great phone, or you got a great camera on your phone. So get outside with your with whatever equipment that you've got, and certainly you can, like I said, you can go all in and you know start a new hobby over 2020, or you can just use the camera on your phone. Get outside and take some photos. I've got some photos from past winners of our nature photography contest, and I wanted to point out a couple of these. I just think they're just beautiful. Some of these photos show a great tips for nature photography, talking about the rule of thirds. So if you took your image and put a tic-tac-toe board over it, and then you kind of line things up with the lines and the intersections of those lines, that's great nature photography. One of the big sticklers of almost every photographer out there is you got to get that eyeball in focus. So if you're doing wildlife photography, you got to get that eyeball right up in there and make sure that that's the focal point of your photography. And then lighting is important too. A lot of the stuff is sort of in the eye of the beholder, but getting good focus on the eyeball, making sure that your lighting is decent, not too bright and too dark shadows. You should be pretty good, because we've got a nature photography contest here at the Park District.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and the submission date is the end of this month, so that's October the 29th, at whatever, midnight or something like that. I'm coming in Monday, and I'm closing it down. But this is a great opportunity for you to use the photographs that you've taken. In fact, go through the camera reel right now and pick out a couple of photos. The submission is pretty easy. It's jampd.com. You can click on a link there and submit your photos. And then, you know, maybe you'll be a winner. That would be awesome, and I'd be happy for you. Maybe you'll just be able to share some really great natural subjects from right here in our backyard. This is a really great time of year to go out and take photos if you haven't already. But maybe you've got photos, like I said, on your camera reel ready to go. Just dump those in there. We want to see what you've taken. We want to share that with the rest of our community. This is a really great program. I love getting outside, and I love taking photos.
And Johnny Appleseed has some wonderful parks, so go out and explore. Well, thank you, Dan, for joining us today, and thank you for Johnny Appleseed Parks. We'll be back in just a moment.